Hello.
Hi guys, Nazaru Lan, and today I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't move to Japan, but actually I'm really opposite to my own opinion here. I am just making this video to get views. I'm just making this video to, why you should not move to Japan. So we're going to talk about it right now. I think a lot of people are thinking about moving to Japan because it's a beautiful country, it has a lot of anime stuff, and it's just like a wonderland for such dudes like me and you, I don't know. But anyways, I have heard that a lot of you want to move to Japan because I know a lot of you like anime, a lot of you like Japan in itself and culture and stuff like that. A lot of people who are dreaming to come to Japan should come here and experience Japan by themselves, and after they have to decide should they do this or not. Actually, a lot of people who are watching me here have not been in Japan even once, so a lot of you probably don't know what problems Japan actually has, and if you come to Japan you will understand these problems, but if you're just watching from the side, you're just watching from the side, man. Anyways, small and expensive apartments. What I wanna say, my apartment is quite wide and I have a lot of space here. I would say that I have even space that I don't really need. But if you're living in such towns like Tokyo or Osaka, you probably will have a lot of discomfort just because of your space. The apartments there are quite expensive and they are really narrow. Even if you find a really cheap apartment, it probably will be dirty, it will be old, especially if you're living in the USA or another country and you have a big apartment and you're fine with it. You'll feel yourself a bit restricted just because of the space of your apartment. Instead of that, you have to pay 2 months of the rent in advance. You have to have a bunch of money to get in the apartment in Japan. And if you're a foreigner, there is a funny thing that you probably won't be able to even rent an apartment. A lot of landlords are accepting only Japanese, small clothes. I'm a bit bigger than Japanese people here. A lot of you guys probably are bigger than Japanese typical person. I mean, Japanese people are not that small. If you're a big boy and you need big clothes for you, everything that will save you is Amazon. No return policy. It really happens when you buy something here and you're not really satisfied with the quality or with the product itself and you want to return it, right? And in Japan, it's not really practiced here. People are buying it and they're really too shy to return it back. So if you buy something like new clothes and you're sure that it's not fitting you well and you want to return your money, be ready that you won't be able to do that, because a really small amount of shops actually have return policy. They will tend to return your money for the product only if you have some defects on it. So if you bought a new t-shirt and you found some holes in it, you probably will get your money, but it still will be really difficult for you to convince them that these holes were there from the beginning. You still will have some problems even in that case. So some of my friends that are foreigners tried to return something to the store and actually they ended up without any money. Even so, the product itself was a bit defective. Too much of paperwork. In recent years, Japan is getting better at this. It's not that much as it was before, I think. I live here for 1 year and 6 months already, and actually I had a lot of struggles just because of paper. Actually, I didn't know that Japan has so much paperwork, and I was a big shock with this. For example, I received a tax bill recently and they sent me also paper so I could renew my account that they are taking money from, and I was like, wait, why can't I make this on the internet? It will be much easier and it will save my time, because after you fill the blank you also have to take this blank, go to the post mail, put it there, and only after that they will reach you out. Forms are not friendly to foreigners. I mean, when you're seeing the blank from the electricity company, the problem is there are some squares in which you have to write your name, right? And sometimes, if you have a long name, you probably won't be able to write it completely, because you just won't have a lot of the squares to write your name in. When you're applying for something in Japan, for example, if you want to make a transaction in the bank, you go there and the worker sees that you don't have a lot of space to write your name down. They just make your family or your name shorter. They'll just cut part of it and will ask you to write it down. It really sucks actually, because you feel yourself like you're a half-cutted dude. And yes, Japanese forms are really oriented on Japanese people. Small food portions. Japan is not America, and a lot of people here are really caring about their health. For Japanese people, not amount, but the taste of the food is really important. I really understand this because it's really good for your health as well. You won't be overeating. If you're a foreigner, you probably will feel yourself like you're standing out. I had some experience when I was just standing outdoors and people were just staring at me. I really felt myself like I'm an idol and I'm just gonna dance right now and people are gonna like make some applausements. Sometimes when you're just waiting for a traffic light to become green, people who are waiting as well won't be looking at you straight, but they will be like, they probably won't look like that, but they'll be looking at you from the sides, so you won't be able to notice that. But sometimes when you're getting on the train, you feel yourself like someone is staring at you. It happened to me when I was going on the train, and I'm just sitting with my phone looking for something, and when I just up my head, I just noticed how many people are just staring at me. It was so awkward for me to meet with their eyes. I was just like, sorry guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. And because of that, you may think that something is wrong with your clothes or something is on your face, but it's not because something is wrong with you. It's just Japanese who are not really used to foreigners. As you may know, Japan was really close country, especially in the Sengoku Jitai, when Japan was closed for about 200 years and not a lot of foreigners were able to reach Japan. Medical issues, probably really related to the people who have some problems with their mental health. If you go to some hospital here and you say that you have a depression, the doctor will just look at you. He won't listen even to your story or something like this. Take his blank, write about it, and he'll just throw pills on you and say goodbye. In Japan, people don't really tend to talk about their mental health and they really avoid to do that. For us foreigners who are used to talk about it with someone, for Japanese it sounds a bit wild. They're like, will feel themselves like you're just complaining about something without any reason. If you have mental health problems, I feel really sorry for you guys. The doctor will just look at you and say something like, oh, it's probably because of your constipation, I'll give you some pills and you'll be happy. Lack of jobs. In Japan, if you're a foreigner and you want to get a job, you will struggle. If you want to work as a teacher or if you want to work as a translator, you probably will get some work here. If you want to work in another industry or you're interested completely in different stuff, want to work here like a lawyer, like you have been working before, be sure that you'll be working as a teacher. Because for Japanese people, it's better to get a person that is Japanese. It doesn't matter how much you have learned Japanese or how special you are. Japanese people just understand. If they get Japanese person in their company, it will be much more easier because Japanese people understand other Japanese people better than foreigners. They really tend to employ foreigners in the industries that Japanese people are weak at. Such industries like teaching English or translation in general, or like programming. I think code writing is the best thing that you can do here in Japan. Anyways, it was Nazaru Lan and see ya!